Hello, my brothers and sisters. Gardner is in the house. How are you Monday afternoon? I don't know where this will be when it finds you. However, it's Monday, first snowfall here in or on Vancouver Island, so it's good to see. So here we are, and I'm going to invite you to join me in a discussion right now. Because something came to me the other day, and I'm talking it through to myself. So I'd love to get some feedback on this discussion today, and this idea of freedom and chasing freedom. I last week I sat down and had a conversation with Johanna Hunt, who's a good colleague and friend of mine, Jojo. And in typical J&J fashion, we were just shooting the shit on a bunch of stuff and riffing and talking about 2020 and 2021. And I started talking about freedom, and then it kind of, I could feel it inside of me. Something was rising to the surface, and I'm like, oh, F, this is something I gotta investigate. So, okay, so here we go, gang. Freedom, chasing freedom. Freedom itself is a powerful word. We know that, and for me, it's one of the three words that makes up kind of my warrior code, if you will. And in this day and age, the magical quest that many people are on is happiness, right? I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy in life. And for those of us that have kind of done the work and or at least have investigated self-growth and whatnot, we realize that a more powerful way of looking at that is a lens of joy, more of a state, right? How can I be in a state of joy? And even myself in my coaching and the work that I do, I've used the term units of happiness quite a lot, and trying to increase our units of happiness. And I'm wondering if it's increasing our units of freedom. So follow me now, if you will. So I look back when we were kids. With the powerful thing called imagination comes freedom. As kids, as children, we sure, there were rules and there were guidelines that we had to kind of follow. However, the parameters from which we could operate on a day-to-day basis was quite vast. And the ability to dream, the ability to play, the ability to be an adventurer, to explore, to just use our imagination. It was like we punched our freedom ticket every day. And what has landed for me recently is when we stepped into adulthood, those units of freedom started to get taken from us. Sometimes taken, sometimes the parameters that we had as children, now that has really squeezed in by what? By expectations, by society guidelines, by the rules and regulations that we're supposed to live our flippin' lives by. And I really believe that has chipped away at our ability to feel free, to feel like every day we can use our imagination, and whatever that means to each of us, even as adults, because that sense of play is huge. Freedom, present moment. Absolutely, Veronica. Freedom equals present moment. It's about being present. And so that's my point. It is we want to be happy, and we want to be, we want to do it, have a job that suits us, or we want to have a job at a balance, and then have a 2.3 kids and a picket fence and a marriage and all of those things. And these constricting guidelines have diminished our units of freedom. So how can we replace that? So my question is, are we really searching for happiness? Or is another way to look at it, like we're looking to replenish some of the freedom that we had when we were children, right? And so the journey that I've been on with reconnecting to this inner child and bringing it into the work that I do, nothing has changed in my life, in these four walls and in my life, however, except my perception. And so this code of freedom that I choose to look at opportunities with, I choose to look at partnerships with, and how I want to perceive situations, has really increased my overall joy. Yes, it is about being present, and it's about being in the moment, right? Love is success is in the moment of the journey. It's not the end destination. And find ways. So my question to you is, where could you find ways to look for how you can sprinkle in freedom into your life? And for some, it's creating non-negotiables. For some, it's going for a walk. For some, it's setting boundaries around their time, self-management time, spending time with loved ones, stepping away from a business by a certain hour of the day, honoring yourself. Those do increase your units of happiness, but it gives you freedom with which you take ownership of your life. And that's the interesting thing, because I feel like, each of us are in the leadership of our own lives. And to do that, we need to understand how to make freedom work for us on the micro and the macro level. Because there's people that can be in the passenger seat in life, they can be in the back seat in life. For fuck's sake, they can be on a roof rack, tied to a roof, and still have a sense of happiness about their lives. And great, good for them. I believe each of us has the ability to be the driver, to be in our own driver's seat, and create the freedom that we want, that brings play, joy, love, connection, and contribution into our lives. So, chasing freedom. Yeah, therein lies the connection for me, gang. Freedom was the ability for me to hone my adventure spirit and the ability to have a Wi-Fi lifestyle, and to not have anchors in place that are keeping me in one port. I can hoist anchor and I can go. I can explore the world. And now, though, I'm also adding this whole other layer that it's really those, even on the day-to-day level of what I do, I haven't left this office since 5:30 a.m. And I'm happy as a pig in shit right now, because it's still freedom. I haven't moved from the confines of a 10 by 10 foot space. And yet my units of freedom, which is my units of happiness, have risen. So I want to share that with you guys today. Love your thoughts on that. And what does freedom mean for you? And if freedom has the same resonating effect as it does for me, what would it mean for your inner child to to reignite that sense of play and wonder in your lives, in your work life, in your business life, in your personal life, in your whatever lives that you have. So there it is, gang. I'm going to think about this one more. Stay tuned. All right. Got to run. Got to shift gears. I love you guys as always. Thank you. And thank you. Gratitude. Gratitude moment here, folks. I appreciate you on the other side of the lens. Your comments, your messages, your engagement, and your words inspire me. And I know I do this for a living, and yet I do it because of you on the other side of the lens, because we all have the ability to rise, and we all have a story to tell and to be heard. And thank you, just thank you. That is my holiday present and gift. Is a big, sloppy, wet gratitude kiss to each and every one of you. All right. Love you guys. Mad love to the courageous. Talk to you soon.